So there has been something that's been on my mind now ever since I saw the movie Coco, and that is the Day of the Dead, what it means and what it means to me. As I get older, this whole idea of kind of remembering the people who came before me, it became important. I want to use this idea of the Day of the Dead to kind of share with my children what I remember about these people. And if I have an altar, if I have the photos out, if this is something that we do every year, then maybe those people will not be forgotten. Death bread. So to get the Day of the Dead stuff, we came here to a local market. Cardenas is the market, and they have all kinds of stuff like this. This is purely serendipitous, but I have, you see that? I set that up. That is an in-progress thing that we're probably going to work on over the next few days. And I'll tell you a little bit about what I learned about these things, but first I want to tell you a little story, okay? A little story. This is a headstone at the Italian cemetery. And on this headstone is Leo and Michael, all right? Now, Leo and Michael were not a gay couple from long ago. This is Leo with his wife, Nancy. And Leo is this woman, my grandmother Frances, that is her brother. This is Michael, and that is Frances's son. Okay, and now here's where it gets a little bit odd, right? Because this is Leo and Nancy, and they are the two who originally bought the plot together that Leo and Michael ended up. Well, it turns out that this guy, Leo, he cheated on Nancy, and Nancy gave the plot to Frances, who gave it to her son Michael, and that's how Leo and Michael ended up together. Nancy, what she said was, he's a cheater, and I don't want to spend eternity next to a cheater, so you take my plot and give it to your son. Let's talk about some of the things that make up an altar in case you want to do this yourself. Not that I'm an authority, because I looked up on the internet how to do it probably just like you would. This is not an official Day of the Dead sugared skull. The reason that we use skulls is it's a representation of the people who have passed. And the reason that they use sugared skulls is because those are sweet, and when our friends who have left us come back, we want to attract them with something sweet. And then there are marigolds. Now, marigolds, again, because of their color and their smell, they're kind of sweet. Because of their color and their smell, we use marigolds as another way to attract those people who have left us back to our altar. It turns out that Betty wants to get in on the action, which I think is an absolute 100% right thing to do. So she's going to be adding photos of her family. We talked about this. Then she saw it all up and she's like, hey, what about my people? So her people are welcome with my people because we want to welcome them all back on Day of the Dead. Yeah. And then you're going to see a lot of these, and these are actually felt, and we bought them on Amazon. If you want to be like hardcore, you make these yourself out of paper. The reason that you can see through them like this, that's so that the souls who come back to visit us, they can come through this very easily. So this is Aunt Josie and her husband, John. Now, I only remember John as a very small, little, old Italian man. And I only remember Aunt Josie as someone who loved me unconditionally. The idea that these people lived lives and are related to me, Josie is my grandmother's sister, are related to me, it just makes me feel a little bit more connected to things. And I think I said it earlier that this is definitely attached to me getting older and my mortality. But if you take a look back there, that is a lot of people who are connected to me. And to be able to kind of reconnect with them in this strange kind of Day of the Dead way, well, it's giving me odd comfort because I had forgotten about most of these people. And I think it's really important that I remember and that Betty remembers where we came from, the people who came before us, the people who are actually part of our DNA. And so if I forget that I am connected to a larger group of people, that I have a history, and if I don't pay that forward with my kids and other young folks in my family, I think I'm doing these folks, I think I'm doing them a disservice. And I guess my hope is that when future generations pull this box out and my picture is in there with Betty, they're going to have some stories like Leo and Nancy's story that will make people who come after me kind of remember me with a smile on their face.